Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela again today, and here to bring you the start of our first little project in our new journal. So I hope you're all excited. I really am. Still going to carry on with the Baking Bliss because the next I will show you is a flip through. So as soon as I've got that finished, I will share that with you as well. Right, I've got my first signature here. So this is the pages. If you're not sure the order of the pages, go and have a look at the link below in the playlist. I've got a THTH playlist, which is to have and told, and all the projects that I complete will be in there. I'll put the link below in the description box, which you can find just below this little video. So on your phone or computer, there's like a little V. Click on that and the whole lot will drop down. All right, so this is the first signature, and I'm going to be putting this little project that we're going to do, the very first tea stain page here. All right, so this is a tea stain page back and front. All right, I'm going to use one of my doilies from long ago. That's going to be in there. I'll just put that in there to remind me. And I'm just going to put this to the side. All right, so today I'm going to go back to my templates, my exciting envelope templates. You can find these in my Etsy store. Of course, guys, you can use your own envelopes. You don't have to use mine. These are great. You can see they look like this. They're plain. And I use these, put them down on the paper that I want to use, draw a pencil line around them and cut them out. It makes things very easy for me. So I've got a set here with envelopes in them and also a long envelope as well. All right, so that's what I'm using today. So I've got envelope 3. I've got this one, which is the long thin one. I've just traced these onto card. They do look like this on our paper, and then you just back them onto cereal box or something like that. All right, so this I've got onto card that I had. This is envelope 2 and this is envelope 1. So I'm going to have one of each of these today in the project that we're going to do. So I'm going to put those just to the side. The sheet of paper that I've chosen to use is this piece from the To Have and To Hold journal pages with the 3 bouquets on them. So I thought I'd show you that piece first. On the back of this and all 3 of these sheets, I have printed the lacy page, because you know I use this in pretty much every project that I ever do. So it's probably the most worthwhile purchase you'll ever make. I find it just fits with most things that I like and my sort of style. All right, so I've got that as the first one. We're going to cut this out using envelope 1. And in fact, I did put it right on the edge over there, touched it on the base over there and cut it out. All right, so that's that. And then for the second page, I've taken 2 background pages. I've taken this size of page or type of color. This is the peachy color. And I've cut this out from here. I just get it to the edge to make the most of the paper that remains, because I will end up using that at some point, and a piece of it today. So make it most most economical, the most economical use of it, or frugal. That's a better word, I suppose. And again, on the back I've printed this. You don't have to print anything on the back. You can stencil. It's just because of the flappy bit, I see something, I've printed this on there. But using a stencil and your vintage oxide or antique linen would work just as well, guys. All right, so if you don't have a printer. Okay, then the very last one is the green lacy paper, one of my favorites in here. I have put on the same on the back there, and with this one I've used the smallest little envelope, which is 3, and I cut it out going in this direction, so I had a large piece remaining. All right, so that's what you're going to do there. When we come to the this one over here, I have used this paper, which is also in there with the font and the neutral background, and I've just cut out one of those. All right, this bit here was what remains of our first decorative piece. So you have your larger envelope filling up that area. I have then taken this and got that bit in there and cut that bit out there. All right, this will be used as well in scrappy embellishments at the end. Okay, so I hope that's helped you all. I have cut that out already just to save us on time, and we're now going to put this all together. So let me just put this aside. I've folded that up. You fold it up on the fold lines that are indicated on that template. So once you've got that all folded up nicely like that, we're going to just keep our flap on the left hand side here, and then on this one I want to stick this top flap down. So with your envelope like this bit here I want to stick down, and that's because I'm going to use this as a pocket. Gosh, and I've just sorted this. Sorry guys. Right, so just take your glue and stick the top flap down, just the top flap there, like that. All right, and you're going to stick that down nicely. That's going to give you a nice reinforced edge there, like that. Okay, don't stick that down. What you want to do now is you want to just stick this, put a little bit of glue, well you can do it on here really. Get your glue just around the edges like that. Won't go straight to the end. And then just get that stuck down there. Just want to wipe that bit off. And then with this little bit here, you want to just get your glue very close to the edge here, like that. Oops, things are flying all over the place, and get that stuck down as well. Okay, so now we've got a pocket over here. All right, and this flap is on the left. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to put a few bits on here. So what I've done is I've already climbed into some of my scrappy bits. So some of that lacy paper, then I've got a piece of pink, the polka dot paper. I just tore a piece off. It is part of this kit. And then there's a little bit of that green that we made an envelope with earlier. I've just put a little scrappy bit there. So you've just got some layers like that. I'm just going to take my distress tool. This has just got my normal vintage oxide, but it's very light on here. And I'm going with a very light distress ink, and I'm going to clip this close because it keeps springing up. Right, so let's just clip that closed like that. And then I want to stick this up at the top here. So we're going to do that. I'm very excited to get going with this, and oh, I've been faffing with this most of the day. Just trying to get, I'm just having such a lot of fun working it all out and what I want. So I'm just sticking this not quite exactly to the edges, and that's fine. Right, so we've got that little bit there. And then what I did was I grabbed a little piece of a scrap that I cut out that I showed you from a piece of lace, and this one's got pearls on it. If you've got lace and you've got pearls, you can sew your own pearls on or stick them on. This was fortunately like that, and I've just cut around and taken a piece of that lace out, and I'm going to stick it on the top over there. So any lacy piece that you've got, anything, if it's got sequins, if you've got some sequins, some lovely ones, go and have a look. Seed beads, anything like that you can just decorate it up a little bit more with that. It's going to add to it, because this is going to be quite a decorative journal, I think. Right, so I've got that piece in place there, and gosh, doesn't that look lovely? I quite like that. Now I've got a tiny leaf. Now this isn't part of any of my Sizzix dies. This is just a tiny leaf, and you might be able to trim down one of yours, like for example, and I'm just looking across the way here, this one that we used last month, which is from the spring foliage, you might be able just to cut off a piece there, you know, or something else that you have. This is just one that I had, and I've now just decided I want to stick this underneath. I might stick it on top. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to work. Right, so I'm going to just put a little bit of greenery on this. This is from that aloe vera cardstock I showed you when I was introduced this kit to you last week, I think, or earlier in the week, Tuesday I think it was. I'm going to just pull that up a bit and just get that stuck down there. I'm just making layers here. All right, then I'm going to take a little butterfly. This is from my pastel butterflies, and I used the same when I was doing my baking kit. I'm going to just put some glue on this. Now I'm putting my Fabri-Tac on here because I'm sticking it onto fabric, and I'm being quite liberal with this on this butterfly. I'm going to just put that in my stand. Right, now I want to get that over here, and I'm going to just angle it slightly, just because there's a lot going on here, and I'm going to use my bone folder just to get this position right. Okay, so yeah, that's going to need a bit of time to dry, and let's just hold it for a second while it takes hold. All right, so I think that's where we're going with that one. I'll come back and just sort that out as we go. Then I've taken one of the sentiments from that ephemera and sentiments kit, and I'm going to stick this down over here. And I love this. I love you, and that's the beginning and the end of everything. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Isn't that great? Right, so I'm going to just stick that on the front. And we've got a lovely decorative pocket here with lots and lots of layers, and I'm liking that. Right, so there we've got our first sentiment down as well. Okay, so let's just make sure this is sticking. It looks like it. Right, and then you saw me use this little sort of linen flax sort of bit that I had. I have got one over, and I'm going to just stick that, I think, over there. I don't know, I just wanted something there, and I thought not another butterfly. So go and have a look what you have that could work. I got these from eBay, and I tried to look for them yesterday for Hilda, and I'm not sure if they've got any stock left. I did buy this a long time ago, but something similar might work. Right, we've got our first pocket done on the front, so I'm happy with that. So this is this one, and we're going to have the flap on the left hand side again, and same principle. I want to have a pocket at the top here, so I'm going to just glue this bit down the top, just the top flap, and get it close to the edge, because you don't want your tag to catch on it when you keep putting it in and that. All right, and then again we're going to just put some glue on the base here, and then on the very edge here, like that. Okay, and then we can stick that all down. All right. Okay, so that's that, and again we're keeping the flaps to the left, and you've got your pocket in the top there now. All right, so again, very lightly with my distress ink, very lightly indeed. In fact, I don't think I got any on here at the minute. I just don't want it to go too dark, but I mean, it's just personal choice. You guys do whatever suits you. Okay, so there we go. All right, so keeping this flap to the left hand side, I'm going to layer up a few things here. So the first thing I want to do is, I've got a little scrap of that lacy paper. Again, this is going to drive me crazy. Just going to put a clip there just to keep that flap down. So I want to get a piece of that stuck down. Then I'm going to stick a tiny little bit of fabric on top of that. So I'm going to go with my Fabri-Tac here. Okay, so let's just get this piece stuck down. We'll get that one just over there, I think. All right. Then we're going to have a little scrap, and I'm not sure if I want it up there or over there. I'll get to that. I've got one of these circles. This is part of the add-on kit where you've got 4 circles and pockets. And so I've cut out the one with the heart and the flower. And I'm just going to very softly just put some distress ink around the edge here. I've cut mine out with my die cut machine. And I must say, I bought the Keepsake switch, the Big Shot switch, and I've had it for 3 weeks, and I've only just unpacked it today. That's how busy I've been. And it works like a dream, I will tell you that. So yeah, very happy with that. I think I'm going to stick that on the top there, like that. Just wanted a touch of fabric, and I'm not quite sure where I want it. This needs to come over a bit. Yeah, okay, let's get that stuck down over there then. So back with the fabric tack, and put it not too thick, because this is a very thin piece of fabric. It's just a scrappy bit. And then I'm going to stick down my little circle. As I told you, I bought a 2-inch punch for this, because it's a 2-inch punch that cuts this out, and it lasted half a day and it was broken. Yeah, so absolute waste. I wasn't very happy at all. I think I need to move this down a bit. Right, so this is just going to peek out like that. I've got a flower here that I want to put over. These come from my floral fussy cuts, which I'm going to be using, I think, quite a lot of. And this is just one of those from the one with the mason jar. I'll look that up and tell you what that is. So I want to put that there. I want this to stick out the back, just to give it some dimension like that. So let's get that done. Right, so we'll do this one first. I'm into layers today, so there are a lot of them. And sometimes I just feel like I want to make loads of layers, and it's today. So I hope this is not too complicated. I do get carried away with things like that sometimes. Right, let's stick this down. And now this is one of those floral fussy cuts. The colours are perfect for this project. And I tend to go back. You know, I know that I'm using a lot of things, but I'm hoping that if you follow me, you know, that you feel like you get your money's worth from using the same kind of kits in different ways. So I hope that's all right. Right, so we're going to stick this just over. Just going to angle this a bit more. And it doesn't matter that it's going to stick over the side. Don't be limited by the edges. That's what I say. Okay, I've got glue on the back there, but I'm just rubbing it off and wiping it on the baby wipe on the side of me here. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now we've got a little butterfly from that kit, and I will be using these a lot as well. Great staple these are. So, you know, they just add that finishing touch, don't they? I hope everybody's well with all that's going on in the world. My thoughts are with all the family and friends that we have from all over the world, but, you know, especially in what's happening in the world at the moment. So, gosh, if it's not the weather, then it's, you know, war and everything else. But I'm trying not to dwell on that, and hopefully this is going to keep you focused on something a little bit more positive. Right, so I've just stamped out one of these little words that I've got. You know, I love to use the scraps. You've seen me use these before. I'm just grabbing it here. So this is just tea stain paper scrap. I've used those contact those stamps that click together, and I've just torn out one there. Always great to use that. Right, so that's our second one done, and I think on this side I'm going to just cut that off, but the rest I'm happy with. All right, so there we've got the second one done. Right, this one will be pretty dry now, and while I'm at it, what I want to do is I want to just stick something on the back here that I put together, and the first of the scrappy bits. Now you remember seeing me do this before when I was doing page edges. I've taken a piece of tea stain paper, the lace paper, the soft green lacy paper, and a bit from the peachy paper that I've just made another envelope with. So I'm already using those scrappy bits. I've layered them like I showed you, and I've sewn them down the middle. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I've cut out a piece of foliage, so go and have a look. This is from the green paper. I'm going to stick that down over there. I've cut out one of these from that mason jar paper. Let me go and grab that quickly. Sorry, when I'm talking about this one here and this one over here, I'm talking about this die set that I have. This one is called Flower Jar. All right, Flower Jar 662270. So go and have a look. This is on my Amazon favorites, and it is one that I like because it's delicate flowers as well. All right, so that's the one. Instead of me I'll call it Flower Jar now. So this is from Flower Jar, and this is from one of my, I think this is one of my Christmas foliage ones actually, but never mind. Doesn't matter, whatever foliage ones you have, go and have a look. You don't need to buy new ones unless you really have to, I mean really want to, let's say. But don't feel obliged to have to buy stuff. Just go and look what you guys have, and you can't go wrong there. Right, I'm going to stick this one just at the top. So the bit with the green, very soft colours we're working with here today. I'm going to angle it the other way. So this way. So we've got a bit of green and a bit of pink. And then what I got was, in my scrappy box, I had one piece of this piece of lace, and I'm going to stick that down here as well. So I'm going to just put it straight onto the little bit I'm building here. So go and have a look in that little scrappy box, you know, and see what can inspire you. I'm going to stick that down. Then I had one of these. This came from Plum Boutique, but I've had this a while, with the little flowers on the little chiffon ribbon, and I'm going to stick that. Okay, so we've got our two little bits there. Perfect. And then life wouldn't be complete. I've got a really tiny butterfly now. I did print these two to a page to get the really tiny ones, and I've got all sizes, the full sizes. I've just thrown them all in that container. I'm going to just stick that on there because it just finishes it off. Right, so we've got a little scrappy bit there, and I'm going to stick this on the back here just to decorate up this section because it was a little bit plain, but a great place to write on the back here, a great writing spot. So you can use this as a tuck spot if you wanted to, but I'm going to stick it down completely, just have it as a little decoration. All right, so let's just put that right over there. And I just love that because you're making something so pretty from a load of rubbish that you would have thrown away, all these bits, and all of them are from scrappy bits. Okay, so there we go. We've got that covered on the back there. Right, we'll let that dry. Right, on the next one, the very long envelope, I've cut that out as I showed you. Just wanted to give this a bit of a distress, just where I've given that a sort of notch with my 1-inch punch at the top there. So happy with that. And now I'm using that new die, Delicate Leaves, that I showed you. I quite like it because it's long and thin, and I'm going to stick that down right over there like that. So let's get that done. Now just remember guys, you don't have to be following with the kit that I'm using. If you've got a different kit and you want to follow along, please do so. You know, it'd be lovely to do this in a different theme as well. And these things work for any theme, so you don't have to feel, oh, well, I don't have that kit, I can't follow along. It doesn't work like that. You can do whatever you like, you know. This is just what I'm doing. Right. Okay, so let's get that stuck down. We'll take it just over there like that. And it is a bit messy at the minute, but it dries clear. Now I've stuck this flower. This is from one of the freebies in my Facebook group. So I'm just going to, this flower here, I'm going to just stick this down. I love the roses in this, using a lot of roses in this project. So if you're a lover of roses, then this one's for you. So I want to just stick this like that. There we go. I love combining the die cuts with the fussy cuts, but even lots of fussy cuts look great together. All right, and then for this one here, I've got this little sentiment, forever in love. I've got two of these on there actually, because it is about love. But this one's got the floral edge, not the plain pink edge. So I'm going to just stick that down as well. Right, we're nearly at the point where we're going to put this all together. I'm going to just, do I want to lift this one up? No. Let's just put it over here. Okay. Right, so that pocket's done as well. We did this pocket, folded in the peach background paper. Again, your flap is to the left. Same principle is going to apply here. We want to just get some glue on the side, so keep it close to the edge, and then just on this bit here. All right, so we'll get that done. Wait a bit wild there. It's all right. Got my little wet wipe on the side here. Okay, so we've got that all sorted. And again, another pocket at the top here, and we can just go like this very lightly, or however dark you want it. Just gonna grip this to keep it down. Now what I've done here is I've taken one of the pockets from the add-on kit, and this is the sort of goldy peach one. I've just folded it along the fold lines, and I'm going to stick this down at the bottom here. So I'm just getting this glued up. Oh, we've got sunny day today, and looks like we're having a sunny day tomorrow. And I'm thrilled about that because I haven't seen the sun for weeks. So if you're having a sunny day, that's fantastic. I want this water to go away. Okay, right, so we've got that there. That's our pocket. Let's just move that over a bit just to get that stuck down nicely. Now again, this is from that new die, Delicate Leaves. Love this. It is delicate and perfect. And then I've taken this from my floral fussy cut flowers. Flossy cut. So I'll put the links for all this stuff in case you're interested, but of course any old books that you have and any fussy cuts that you can cut out wherever you get them from. Okay, right, so we'll get this all put down. I'm not going to press this one overly hard. I am tucking it in just over there like that, and I'm not going to press it down yet because I want to stick this one behind. So we've got some other little bits quickly. I've got another one of those little green foliage pieces, another piece that I've cut off that lace, and another little butterfly. So this is the last little bit of decorating, and we have had a lot of that today. So this is going to just go at the bottom. I'm going to angle it so that this butterfly can cover that end there like that. So something like that, I think. But I want to get this over there as well. All right, so let's start with this bit. I think get the order right. When I'm thinking these things through, I don't always get the order right, because, you know, it's all in my head. Right, so let's get that one just stuck there. Great. And then just get this one over there like that. Okay, now I think I will right, I think that's just about everything. Okay, now we want to put this all together in our book. So you want to take this first one over here, and the next one I want to layer up is actually the smaller one. So I'm going to put this one down at the bottom there. So let's get that stuck in place. So I'm going to put some glue on the back here, like that. Just move that out a bit. Hold this flap up and then get it stuck quite close, not completely up against the other one, otherwise it's not going to lie flat. All right, so you can see it's not completely in the groove there, but close enough. All right, so you've got that like that. Okay, then we want to take the next one, so it's this one here, and do the same thing. So you want to get this like this, and we want to just put this a little bit further up. I think like that. Right. Okay, there we go. So we've got two like that now. Yeah. Right, so we've got our signature here. I'm going to open it up, and we are going to stick it down onto this page. And I think I'm going to just take this page out here for the moment. I think it'll be easier. So we've got that there, and now I'm going to stick the underneath of where all these flaps are. All right, now you want to be getting this straight as possible, and I don't want it to be, I think, about there. I don't want it to be too far left, and hopefully I've got this straight, hopefully as straight as I can. Right, let's lift those all up. Take your bone folder. There we go. Now don't worry about that, because that's where the doily comes in. We're going to cover that whole thing as you do. So I'm going to take my, it was printed on the back of a bakery bliss one. You know, all my misprints I keep, and because the paper is such a good quality, you want to make sure you use it. And so anything that's sticking down, right, so this is from my, I think this is my second doily kit. I'll put it in the description box for you. Right, so I've got that down there now. You can see that I stenciled here with the Victorian velvet and the antique linen. So this is antique linen, that's Victorian velvet. All right, so we've got all of that going on there like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's do that. Or what we can do is just going to glue them around the corner. See, it evolves as we go. So we just stick those around like that, and then we can get that up closer. So that's what I'm going to do. So the only part you want to stick is on these edges here. And then fold it over, and then let's just get that, I think a bit further down, and get it in the right place, Angela. Right, now I'll do this side. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now, if we put all that together, then we've got our completed goodie. Now I just need to put in the little things into the pockets. So I've got a couple of things here. Let's start at the base. So that's the piece that we took, and I've showed you the piece I cut off the rest of that envelope, and I've just put on that sprig there from the spring foliage and a butterfly, and that's what I've done there. So that's going to go into this one just over here. Beautiful. Right, now on this bit here, you've got a lovely writing spot there as well. Okay, so this one is meant to go in this one here, I think. So we've got our little pocket at the back here. There we go. Sorry, faffing around. So that one's going to go there. Lots of beautiful ribbons in this. Then on this one here, I think I was going to put this in here. I don't know if it's going to fit. Just like that. And then the front one we're going to put in this one. This is a beautiful, I love this postcard. Okay, so we'll just get this last one in here, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but there we have it. All right, so you've got all these beautiful ribbons sticking out all over there, and this is a bit of a chunky one, but I love it. Okay, so what a beautiful first page that is. It is a bit chunky, but I think once everything's together, it'll lie a lot flatter. I might end up putting a book on here tonight. Well, on this bit. All right, so there we go. How beautiful is that with all those bits and pieces? Lovely writing spots on the back here as well. And you've got all your, I'm not going to pull these all out, but all these beautiful tags that we've just made and put in here. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for following along with me with this one. I hope that it inspires you to go and give this a go yourself. As I said, use any kit that you have or follow along. I'd love to see what you're making, and come and share it in my Facebook group. So that's amazing. Take good care of yourself. I'm sure to bring you another video on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that one. So stay well. Stay safe and stay warm. All right. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.